Take a look at the match as well, because we're jumping straight in towards game 1 in this final series for today. It's going to be Aero44 on the blue side and Tiger Wong Esports on the red side.
Yeah, we've seen the common bans Fanny, Glue, Joy, Kaja. Sometimes we see the EDIF game taken out, but I think in this particular series, EDIF is not going to be a priority. I think they don't really go for the EDIF. It's more of a team-specific pick.
It was a Johnson Kadita.
It was a Johnson Kadita.
That's the.
See, I think when we look at Aero 404, Brody could be a very important pick for them. For Secret has been very favoring this hero, and he has pretty good numbers on it. But they started with Diggy ban. Okay, we're in for a treat.
Huh. First phase pick Diggy implies they do want to play around a composition that has a lot of wombo combos. So I feel like Atlas immediately pops in my mind, being one of the top-rate, underrated S-tier tanks, but easily countered by two things, which is 1, Diggy, 2, Purify. So banning this allows our Aero 404 to potentially set up for a potential Atlas pickup, but at the same time, Tiger Wong Esports needs to draft heroes that capitalize really well on Purifies, such as Valentina, such as Lilia to a certain degree, but forcing them to put heroes like that will force them to play a little bit more unconventional towards the usual meta hero pickups. Yet, 4 has a little bit more insights. For now, one safe ban, 30 seconds, Aero 4 taking their own sweet time on how they want to set up their chess pieces for now.
I think with how we've seen Frederick's, do you think teams will start pivoting away from having fun that list?
No way!
That EDIF, okay. I honestly didn't expect EDIF to still be a priority, but I think this is starting to really show us what you've been predicting earlier on, right? We're looking at those. If someone can capitalize on Purify, or maybe the Mart could be a good choice now. You have that crowd control immunity.
Yeah, I think the Mart isn't that bad of an option. But for now, we're down to the final 3 bans, right? Tiger Wong needs to be very, very smart on what they want. Will 1-1? Absolutely not. But some teams have adapted to deal with 1-1, right? To a certain degree, there is Lolita Shields as well. Joy Safe Bet still available. Aero 4 do they want to first pick it? Or do they want to pick the Fanny? Because as of yet, Kufra is still pretty much in. When Aero 4 decides to ban the Kufra right here and there, immediately calls for an immediate ban for Fanny. But by doing so, it kind of allows 3 S-tier picks come slide through. That's going to be the Glue, that's going to be the Yi potentially, and also the Valentina. Because don't really have a what Tiger Wong is comfortable with. Yeah. But like I said, it's a best of 3 series, you can adapt.
I feel like if they ban the Frederick, I was about to say that if you let the Valentina 2, there's kind of that decent trade, right? Like it's a 50-50, you take one, we take the other. But the fact that they ban out the Frederick kind of pivots them away a little bit. No, they don't want to deal with it. Though I don't think that Frederick is.
I think it's more on the flexibility side of X, right? Rather than whether it's really strong or not. Like, you pick it just for the sake that sometimes you can flex in jungle, sometimes you can flex in XP. Based on the case, it makes a lot of sense why Freddy's stronger in that department. But when it comes to drafting as well, now when it comes to Tiger Wong is about allow the Glue go through and then just pick something else. They don't want to take the Fanny. Let them pick the Glue. They can pick the Faramis in their favor, or maybe you don't really like it. But the split minions kind of allow the Xavier Blade to actually barely touch the Glues out themselves, the split.
You can't get the Glue, and again, the carry is let through. No one wants to carry. We always mention about the carry, but no one wants to carry in any situation. I don't think it's been touched by any nerfs or buffs so far.
Nope, not yet, at least.
And no one picks it.
Okay.
Valentina goes right through. Glue left open. The Yeef is also there. We'll see if Tiger Wong wants to go for it, because Yeef is on the table.
I think this is a scenario where, if you bring it back to a previous patch, right? Whichever team picks a Valentina, oftentimes they are forced to pick heroes that doesn't give much Paquito, Benedetta, Hayabusa, anything they can think of that just completely runs your face. But Tiger Wong, they go for the Kacha as well as Blue. 2 power picks coming from Tiger Wong Esports. And unfortunate. Okay,
Tiger Wong Esports now looking at those front lines. No Lolita, very, very straightforward. But if Aero 4 is not running a Paquito jungle, which is still a possibility, then maybe that Archive suddenly becomes not too bad of a choice.
This is crazy considering that how all these are progressing so far. I like the Lolita band right here because it sets themselves apart to play a very, very strong marksman, right? In terms of strong marksman, there are a lot that then benefits from this kind of range, and the Bulwarks kind of mitigate a lot of these heroes, such as Leslie, such as Beatrix, such as the Clint to a certain degree. So I understand that they want to weigh their options, but I like that they actually opt to ban off the Atlas, which is something that can actually completely mess up the entire composition of Tiger Wong with the wrong move. And these are heroes that don't necessarily benefit by getting Purify as their battle spell. So not taking a risk is the smart call. Brody also one of the two major marksmen that actually benefits with Lolita taken out of the equation. So denying it is great. Forcing Tiger Wong to play maybe Irritel, maybe Clint, maybe even a Melissa is okay. I don't think going for Aldos is advisable, but we have seen teams kind of play a full-fledged fighter all the way through, but no, they go in for Clint. Okay, I can respect that. Clint versus Carry, pretty decent matchup.
Yeah. Another question is, how
games of true damage.
Yeah, how does Arrow 4-4 get on top of the Clint? That would be something that they need to figure out right now. Again, right? Jungle potentially still open. They still need a roamer for themselves. There are a couple of options, but when you have a Kaja on the enemy team, it's always that fear that you're gonna get dragged back and you will just disappear. There's so much output from Tiger Wong Esports. I don't know, I feel like when you look at the jungles, I think you mentioned this yesterday, right? There has to be a tank jungler to facilitate these kind of drafts. Martis is still on the table, but I don't know if that would be the better choice. Well, the Minotaur shows up. We haven't seen this for a long, long time.
Yo, I haven't seen this since, what, MPL Malaysia Grand Finals? I haven't seen it since after the patch where every single region from Philippines, from Indo was trying out Minotaur jungle. Now we're seeing it back again. Okay. Like, people kind of like tried it out, it was a hit or miss, and then went to M series, nobody picked it, and now we're back again. So
how does this work? I mean, guide me through this.
Full sustain. We've got Matilda, we've got I think the idea here from Arrow 4-4 is to set up with Circling Eagle to pull in for the Minion's Rage to go in for a Wombo combo. I like the idea, but extremely difficult to pull off.
They are trying to show us those high mechanical execution, but
it's flashy. I love it.
It's flashy. If they pull it off, this is going to be the highlight reel. It is going to be one for the books. But Tiger Wong, they themselves bring in the Ling, making it even harder for Arrow 4-4 to do much. Again, all eyes on For Secret. And is this
Husky, do you need a tissue?
Wait, is this a jungle Paquito?
I think it's either jungle Paquito or jungle Minotaur. I've seen jungle Minotaur before, but the problem is
XP lane Minotaur. That is the question.
No, I don't think so. Most likely it's gonna be a jungle Minotaur. We've seen it based on the previous region as well. But Tiger Wong Esports, they have a link. Right now, in terms of mobility-wise, Tiger Wong Esports got covered on every single aspect. I don't know how Arrow 404 is going to keep up, but it all comes down to Paquito as well. Are we going to see a dominant gold lane, or are we going to see a very, very split-off fight? But as of yet, you guys are sticking around for the final series of the lower brackets here. One of these teams will be eliminated, and this is going to be match number 1. Arrow 404 on the blue side and Tiger Wong on the red side. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn. You've seen it, you know it. We're going to jump straight into game.
Well,
yes,
it's an interesting
it is
opening.
A jungle Minotaur.
It is a jungle Minotaur.
Great.
It is great. Just every team with their own creativity. I'm loving what we're seeing right now. But obviously, if they can pull it off, I don't care if this game goes. You know, if this is a win for Arrow 4-4, it's just whether they can pull off the spectacle that you know they've set up for themselves.
Would you like to show me what I've written on my paper?
Right, I think it's Diggy gets banned, let's pick Kaja.
Okay, fair enough. But as of yet, we do see a little bit of harassment coming in. Tiger Wong playing a little bit aggressive now. Dadidi do is gonna go for a little bit of harassment on the sides here. But in terms of sustainability, Arrow 4-4 has got a pretty decent amount of sustain with the Minotaur's heals as well as the Matilda. Late game wise, it's gonna be a huge problem for Tiger Wong Esports because the only sustains they have is pretty much from the Kaja as well as the blue, which not necessarily are as strong as back in the days, like how Esmeralda is. At one point Kaja was, but once it got nerfed, it wasn't that bad. But first blood comes into play. That's gonna be Tiger Wong Esports with the first blood down bottom, shutting down this Paquito.
And that is kind of the start, right? It's already pretty hard to do with the glue, and now Rexy gets that kill. With a solo kill onto Natsu, gets that item advantage, comes back with the tough boots, extra health, level advantage as well. Natsu didn't even get to use the flicker. One thing that worries is also you are looking at two different junglers, right? We are the Ling, a lot of mobility, but contrary to that, Minotaur is just, that's the one thing he doesn't have.
Yeah, it's tough, you know, considering that you want to kind of see a flicker into his Minotaur's rage, but at the same time, the way Arrow 44 can play this is to try and bait this out. Lord Ricky does have the sustainability to do so, but as long as Tiger 1 doesn't take the bait and go for the fight, which obviously they can because they have a glue as well as Divine Judgment. Look at this, they isolate the fight, they prolong the fight, it doesn't allow the Minotaur's rage, not even allowed to secure the Lord. That's going to be the turtle secured by Tiger 1 just like that, completely sliced and diced, and Arrow 44 had to back out. Lord Ricky no position to contest it at all.
If only Arrow 44 could get in that fight. Minasu, he did everything. He disrupted the backline. He actually did decent damage, but his team could not do anything. Glue sticking onto the Lord Ricky, and then you have the Kaja around as well. And because they're showing up top, instantly deny access. And this is a free lane for Saffro. If you are this Clint, you are very, very happy in how this lane is going.
Yeah, this is crazy coming from Tiger Wong, considering that they understand their key objective, right? The idea here is to zone off the jungler, and they did exactly that. They timed the Divine Judgment and to time the split from Rexley to actually prolong that fight. Kind of stopped Lord Ricky to do anything he was, and he just got his magic defense shoes, which kind of reduces getting a little bit more resilience is going to help him get out of those awkward situations. But speaking of awkward, here comes the gliding wing coming in. He's looking for the Minotaur's rage. He connects on two. That's a big boy damage coming in. Defender Strike comes in. Dada somehow survives it with 1 HP from the spell vamp. And now Arrow 4-4, they're losing members. And here comes the Ling. They're gonna go for the double. He's looking for the triple as well. As Gugun is going to be looking to hunt for more. Lord Ricky now going to be stealing a little bit more, but this Minotaur doesn't have damage to fight this. They are going to try and turtle fight, but Lord Ricky completely zoned out. They're calling it Rexley to force this fight. This is a crazy one. Is it worth it? But Lord Ricky now stranded. They do have the feather as Split comes in. Rexley might actually die to this as well. They're calling it Circle Eagle, but they do have the HP to survive it all. As Arrow 4-4 in no position to contest this.
I don't know what to tell you. Arrow 4-4 could not get anything. Cloven committed a flicker. Can't even get the Kaja. And 4-0, it might not seem much, but Tiger Wong Esports within this 4 minutes have completely controlled the game. Everyone on the side of Arrow 4-4 under level, under farm. They need some space. They will find it in the bottom lane, but look at this. It's Natsu and Cloven sticking together. This is not the ideal situation you want for both cores, not for Valentina at least. They have to concede this turtle control over the Tiger Wong.
Oh, this is crazy. What a one-sided lead. Lord Ricky struggling to clear off his minions means that Tiger Wong will always have the fast jump because of this Ling rotation. And just like that, they're able to lead like 4k net worth lead just 4 minutes into the game. It just kind of demonstrates why Tiger Wong has such a huge margin of stats so far. With 4-0 means they will continue with their momentum. Meanwhile, Arrow 404, they have to buy time for this carry. As long as Force Secret is alive and farming, he's going to be fine. But he's going to be in trouble. He's taking a little bit of damage. But Divine Judgment just before he almost gets died, but he doesn't even die. No, finally he goes down. He takes Force Secret down with him alongside with Yamikaze. Now, Lord Ricky is running for his dear life. The Ling is here to poke his way through. They're calling Cloven to save his life, but can he do anything? But
no,
Ling with the Tempest Blade, immediately Gugun shifts his focus, takes the Valentina, takes the Minotaur along with him, and this is the dream Ling game coming from Tiger Wong Esports.
So many things going wrong. Force Secret just stood in front of a Kaja. I mean, so he stood in front of the Kaja, gets pulled in, goes down, and then Cloven, in an attempt to save this Minotaur, which is most likely dead meat, dashes straight into Tiger Wong Esports. This was not how you're supposed to play that one, but man, Arrow 4-4 just out of their depths in this game. 6 minutes in, a 7,000 goal lead almost. They're gonna try to get some space back in the jungle, but Gugun is here. This guy is so over level. Yamikaze able to dash to safety, but for Secret, he's left out to dry to drag him into his grave. Someone stop him.
Oh, the Kaja glue just completely decimating Arrow 404 as of net. 7k net will lead 6 minutes into the game. The dream game for Tiger Wong Esports. They've got the Curse Helmet up on Rex. Even the glue is going to do significant amount of damage. The Feather Airstrike completely zoning Arrow 404 off. As you can see, the Clint will start to actually chip away at the damage output from the backlines. Lord Ricky, however, Needs to play a little bit slow. Seems like he is going to back out a little bit more. While Zafiro is going to try and make one, deny economy away from Arrow 404. There's just no place to farm right now for Arrow 404.
This was a team that they're going up against Tiger Wong. Well, now we understood how that one game that they took out of GameLab came to be. Because right now, I think Arrow 404 could not do anything in this situation. Unless Forseeker gets to the late game, but oh boy, you are so out of position, my friend. Minguku just shouting the Tempest of Blades, knocked off 3 people. He's on a monster kill streak. It gets out. They lost Forseeker, they lost Cloven, and now everyone is getting gone on. Natsu last man alive, this Paquito. He's also no more Tiger Wong Esports. Gets a wipe out 7.5 minutes in Terrace.
I think this is over. Like,
I think it's over too.
It's 10k net worth lead, 7 minutes of the game. They're diving past tier 2s. Tiger Wong was just able to force a fight in such an awkward position with this Ling and completely get a 4-man knockout, and a big Feather Ash just completely chunked them out. Arrow 404 just doesn't have the range to deal with Tiger Wong Esports at all. Like, they need to find a way to cut the backlines, but how can they do so? Look at how the positions coming in from Tiger Wong Esports. It's so awkward. Like, 2 walls in between the range. We have a Farsal who's just popping his Feather Ash from across the map. You need to force a flicker. You need to force a mobility spell just to get the backlines, and who can do it? Lord Ricky doesn't have the flicker, but Tilda has only so much, and once you re-engage, there's no way you're going to be able to disengage in this fight, and this is something that Arrow 404 is just struggling, and Tiger Wong's just not giving any opportunities for any pickoffs from Arrow 404, and you have to give props to his Daddy Do, because that Kaja is just on point.
Yeah, I mean, just getting all those godly pickoffs, and uh-oh, Gugun. He's scouting. This guy is 4 levels. He is level 14. I don't know what to tell you. Well, Natsu able to cancel the Fatal Airstrike at least.
No.
Oh, for secret. No, that's not a fight you want to take, buddy. Not a fight you want to take. We had this discussion, and maybe you want to consider going for the Purify. He went for the Flicker, didn't work out. And remember, Arrow 404 was the team that banned the Diggy. Well, they just set their opponents up for success.
Yeah, in this case it's going to be tough. Even with the Diggy as well, I don't think it's going to be enough considering that the Divine Judgment goes through the time 30. So in this case, Tiger Wong, they will continue to free Lord. Arrow 404, they need to find a way to bounce back. They're 12k behind, and they can't even split push. And at this stage of the game, it's going to be difficult. It's all up to Forseeker because he's going to be the true damage dealer. Because as of yet, Safrio kind of outrages him in poke damage. But if they were to equalize, this is where Forseeker is going to be able to bounce back. So they have to put all their eggs in the basket, channel all their funds for Forseeker. But it's going to be difficult because he's 0-4-1. And you can even see Dadadu is looking to find the target as well. But instead, here comes the stolen Divine Judgment. It's going to keep him alive, but he flickers away. He buys time, but the backlines are completely dived on. Gugu just taking out Forseeker, making sure that there's no hope for this carry to bounce back. But was it worth it? Yes, it is, because they completely isolated everyone from Arrow 404. They lose 3. Now the tier 3 remains with the Lord pushing in. The Minotaur sitting on the top side. Can't really clear the minions as well.
It's not, it doesn't even have a full range bar. This is the fastest game that we've seen so far. The Matilda, Yamikaze trying to buy time. Precious seconds for the team, but Tiger Wong Esports, they won an early 9 the minion rage. Doesn't even get to be fully channeled. Forseeker just came back, stopped killing him. 10 minutes and game 1 is done. Tiger Wong Esports with a statement in this elimination series.
Well, the journey continues in the lower brackets, but Tiger Wong showed us a dominating performance in the bottom sides here, but at the same time, it's not over yet. You know, we've seen games like this before, right? You lose 1 game, bounce back 2 games in a row. Is it possible